Sí, un poco ya hablo español.
Which means, yes, I already speak a little Spanish. And what that has to do with this video, you'll find out in a moment. Before that, we're still talking about the Patronat on Solispot and the CRK Fishing Podcast. I honestly think the whole podcast is brilliant, so I divided it into shorter segments. And we'll also talk about the new branch in South Africa. So stay tuned, let's go.
Ja.
Und
vor allem halt für dein Wissen, für deine jahrelange Erfahrung.
And on top of all your knowledge and all those years of experience, you've now added 2 more rooms. One of them is called the Toolbox. That's where all those calculators are that I keep building. For example, do you know how many grams are in an ounce? I do, 31.5. There's a page from me where you simply enter how many feet your rod has, and it converts everything into centimeters, pounds, and all those values. Basically everything you constantly need in fishing and rod building. And even if you type something in wrong, the calculator still gives the correct result. It's set up in a way that works no matter how you enter the values. Like entering 1/12 of an ounce. You can write it however you want, the result still comes out correctly. And you can also show the link on screen. There are also all those calculators, like the ring spacing calculator, based on the database from the 15-degree measurement. The 15-degree measurement, that's your laser measurement system, right? Exactly. That's the laser measurement system, originally initiated by Ludwig Riem. But let's stay with the 15-degree topic for a moment. We'll definitely come back to that later. And the Toolbox costs a one-time payment of €33, and after that only €3 per month, while the other rooms cost €3, €6, or €9. So the smart thing is, before going into the 4th room and paying €9, you just pay the €33 once and then only €3 monthly. Exactly. And it's the same with the Patronat. I once released a video about it, and that was the whole basic idea behind it. I know that many rod repairs are simply too expensive. My goal is to bring repairs down to something like €20. Right now we're still around €100. And the more people join Solispot and contribute those few euros per month, the more income there is overall, logically speaking. And I don't want to earn more than I can actually spend anyway. I wouldn't say I need it, but I think I understand what you mean. I still want to keep everything at a reasonable level. Exactly. And you're providing a real service too. That's where the Patronat room comes in. Right now it costs €66 once, and then €6 per month. And with that you get access to the complete Solispot platform and also benefit from the price advantages that the whole community helps create.
Also sprich, momentan liegen wir jetzt bei die €90 kostet ein Solitip-Reparatur.
For example, a Solitip repair that normally costs around €90 is already down to about €78 for Patronat members. So the prices are already going down. At some point, if the Patronat grows large enough, the membership price will also rise. But everyone who joins now keeps their current price forever. So honestly, it makes sense to join now, because €66, you can spend that at a gas station faster than you think. Or on a single dinner somewhere. And after that, you can already start saving money. And of course there's also access to all the latest news and new blanks. For example, the new fly lines, Patronat members will test those first, especially the long belly lines that are coming now. So there are real advantages in there. That's amazing. Super nice. So right now you're basically working on 2 levels at once. Exactly. And you've also been doing a huge amount of repairs lately. Yeah, and ring wrapping has always been the big time killer. If a repair costs 140 euros, about half of that is guide wrapping.
Und ich sag, willst du die Dinge selber anwickeln? Nee, mach das mal alles komplett. Ey, du kannst dir echtes Geld sparen? Nee, ich kann das nicht. Drum ist Solispot.
Will er nicht.
Ja, ich kann nicht, ich will nicht. Oder
And I
ich hab
always
dann
ask
einen
people,
Freund, den ich
do you
fragen
want to
könnte,
wrap
aber
the guides
der hält
yourself?
sich bei jeder Reparatur so
And they
viel
say,
sparen.
no,
Mir-
just do
mir
everything.
würde es helfen, weil ich
But they
könnte
could
zurzeit
save real money
Reparaturen
doing
machen,
that.
die die anderen wirklich nicht
And it would
können.
help me
Nach
too,
40
because I
Jahren
could focus on
Bauerfahrung,
repairs that other people simply can't do.
kann man nicht einfach innerhalb
Because
von
40
einem
years
Jahr-
of rod repair experience cannot be learned in half a year.
Absolut,
You can learn a few things, but not all of it.
Wahnsinn.
So, aber wir werden dorthin kommen. Ich habe den Vorteil.
And now I
ich habe
finally
jetzt
found
einen
someone in Spain.
gefunden in Spanien.
Until now I had absolutely no representation
Das ist ein
there.
guten Bauer,
He's a rod builder named Alejandro.
Der hat es bisher nebenbei gemacht.
He had been doing it only as a side business before.
Jawohl.
Ne?
I found him through a Facebook group, and he explained how to repair a rod.
Höflich angeschrieben, privaterweise.
So I politely wrote to him privately and said, sorry, but that's not how you do it.
Erklärt, wie man es nicht macht, ne?
That explanation is exactly how not to do it.
Aber ich kann da
But I
jetzt
also
sagen,
told him I'd gladly show you how it works properly.
innerhalb von kürzester Zeit
And then
so
things
viel
developed
entwickelt,
incredibly
dass wir
fast.
nach Spanien mal kommen.
Now I'll probably even travel to Spain myself and pass on everything I know to him.
Pyrenäen.
That's
Ja, das ist
awesome.
geil. Und er ist mehr
And he's near the Portuguese border too, right?
Galizien.
Exactly.
Ja, ich glaube, das müsste das Eck da sein. Ja. Und dann hat er gesagt, ich schicke dir mal aber Fotos. Und dann habe ich die Fotos angeschaut und habe ihm zurückgeschrieben, pass auf, ich habe mich schon entschieden, also die Pyrenäen sind jetzt außen vor.
Then he asked me what a blank would cost,
Gerne einen Blank haben.
and I
Was das denn
calculated it
kostet.
roughly for him.
Ja, ein bisschen
And then
ausgerechnet.
he said,
Und dann
well,
sagte er
I'll
mir,
have to save up a
muss ein
bit.
bisschen hinsparen noch, ne?
And I thought,
Ich dachte,
wait a
das
minute, you
Geschäft
don't even have a business yet.
Routenbau? Nee,
And
das
he
ist
said,
Spanien
in Spain it's all complicated and expensive.
kostet ein Haufen Geld. Und
So I told him, just send the blanks down there.
ja, ist kein Problem.
Take it as an advance payment for guiding over there.
Mal als Anzahlung
And
fürs
immediately
Guiden.
he invited me, said we'd go fishing together everywhere, and that he absolutely wanted to learn from me.
Und das, Spanien
And from there it developed so quickly that he has now officially registered a business. All of that happened within just a few weeks. And now he's already collecting broken rods in Spain, sending them to me. I do the repairs, and he handles the guide wrapping again afterward. That's a win-win situation. One hand washes the other, and it works incredibly well. And now he's also officially become the exclusive Solitip representative for Spain. Exactly. And as you said before, he only gets the blanks from you. Exactly. And if he builds the rod himself, then naturally the work is his. He builds them under his own name, with Solitip branding on them, crafted by him. And that means he decides himself what his work is worth. It's not some huge dealer structure. It's simply another Solitip. And if someone from Spain contacts me, they'll first be referred to him. And if the deal doesn't happen there, I'll do it directly, and he still gets a commission. Very smart idea. And nobody is forced to buy from him either. And speaking about business, you also mentioned your son-in-law earlier. Exactly. Michael from South Africa just returned after spending half a year here with me. He basically went through training with me in all the repair and rod building techniques, everything that makes Solitip different from mass production. There's a lot of detail work involved that most people never even notice, and he learned all of that. And now they want to open a branch in South Africa. Exactly. And long term, the idea is to build rods there too. The long-term plan is to create a small factory down there. But for that, people would first need to spend several months here for training. The training happens here first, then they continue over there. And of course the rods become cheaper if they are built there locally. Because honestly, I couldn't even manage all of this alone anymore. And sending everything off to Asia for production is simply not what I want. If it stays inside the family, that's much better. And the next generation is already there anyway. There are already 4 children. The oldest is already 13, and the youngest is 2.
Das klingt gut. Sehr
And
schön.
they're already excited about fly fishing and fishing in general.
Jawohl.
So, ich denke mal, es hat euch genauso viel Spaß gemacht wie mir, als wir da drüben gesessen
So,
sind.
I hope you enjoyed this as much as Klaus and I enjoyed recording it.
aufgenommen haben. Der
Stay
nächste
tuned
Teil
for the next part,
bleibt
because
dran,
that's
da
where
wird
things get
noch
really
spannender.
exciting.